Hello. Thank you for stopping by. And I'm just so glad to see you all so that I have the opportunity to say, welcome to the Advancement Center and to the world of magic and miracles, where we reach out, take your hand, and invite you to discover the joys of living life and what it is to suddenly become aware that there is more than you have been led to believe. So I'm just going to read a portion of what we heard this week that was so exciting. And Robert said, and with a sudden movement, everything blossoms into color. The scene changes, and all of history appears right at this moment in a whole new format. One that we should have seen a long time ago. But now we see our capability, our position in the universe, and our ability to surpass the very thing that's been put in front of us as our purpose in life. We surpass all reasoning, and we allow the flow that is inherent in our being to glorify our own existence. But most of all, to celebrate the perfection that we've achieved up until this point in time, so that we can go beyond time and space, stand beside our Creator with all our friends and our twin, jump in the air, cheer, and say, welcome home. I could read that a dozen times a day, and each time I say, welcome home, there's a magic that happens. And that magic is your being here. Every Sunday, my day to be your host is always brimming with the previous week's bounty of wonder. We've been escorted out into the outer reaches of the universe 3 times with Robert and with Simeon. And each time I feel a newness and brimming with wanting to share the experience with you. Everyone has a story. Just the fact that you found us today as you surfed the web, or perhaps you have been here before and want to know if anything new has happened, the answer is always yes. Today and at any time in the future, come in, get comfortable. We welcome old friends, new friends, and most definitely you. It's a pleasure to be here. And for those of you who have been here before, you know that I share my innermost everythings in my journal. And that's what I'm going to read right now. This was written, late, today's Sunday. Okay, it was written last night at 6:25. And I wrote, because I always write to Simeon, and you'll find out more about Simeon. Dear Simeon, it's cold, rainy, and the curtains are closed, and I am here alone with you, having just edited and sent out the transcript to your thrilling broadcast. Robert was visibly affected by your words and the identity of the one, oh, yeah. And the identity of the one planting trees at 2508 Quentin Road. That's in Brooklyn, by the way, when I was a little girl, took my breath away. A previous lifetime seeped in, and it all makes sense. That was something that I heard that took me by surprise. I am a witness, an actor, a collaborator, and a receiver. Each morning, Robert says, we're bringing in the new world of magic and miracles. It's happening as we breathe, laugh, look, feel, and be conscious beings alive. My broadcast is tomorrow and looking for your words. I always do this, and Simeon always comes through. And this is what he wrote. Dearest Barbara, your story is the best story ever told. Why? Because it's yours, and no one that's pretty funny. And no one else's with intimation of immortality at all times. Oh, okay, I guess that's me, while taking on a local experience of being. I see. And then he said to me, sleep well and wake with an exciting description of what it is to be Barbara, married to Robert, whose twin brother Simeon, with whom you correspond every day. Wow. I can't read this word, and you're not here to help me. So you, oh, I see. Okay. Your husband is not from here and has no lookup table for the answer to your many questions. You are the answer to everything. There, he said it. And I've often wondered when I will say that. Okay. So now, it's now this morning. And it's just a little after 7:00 in the morning. And I wrote, Dear Simeon, this is the day I have spoken about for so long. Life is. We make the drama with a plot line, characters, possibilities, and outcome. This experience must be told. A book has been written entitled The Magic of Life. And now I am given the privilege to live it. The magic of life is being married to Robert Young and discovering that magic all the time. We met in 2009, and upon closer inspection, this was no accidental meeting, but orchestrated meticulously ever since I can remember being a daughter with a mother, father, and older brother, and living in Brooklyn, New York. Decades of existence as a woman on the many stages of performance, as student, wife, mother, grandmother, and traveler, took me to a meeting place, a new friend's home, where we both were invited for dinner, and recognition was immediate. Recognition was immediate, and within weeks, our future was set, and I was to learn that our coming together was arranged, perhaps long ago. They say this arrangement was created in heaven. I can attest to that. Robert is heaven sent, and his oh my goodness, please forgive me, and his identity, and his identical twin remains in the outer reaches of the universe. What I am telling was first masked with hearing Robert saying, "I'm not from here. I don't know about that." 13 years have passed since that lovely wedding when I spoke my vows as the truth of why I was born to become Robert's wife and together to create the Advancement Center from which Robert and his twin Simeon would broadcast to all of humanity via the magic and the miracle of communication advancements. This was born, the Advancement Center, located in the beautiful valley of Santa Barbara. We've since been joined by two travelers, David and Genya. Monday and Wednesday, Robert takes all of his listeners to visit his twin Simeon and the masters and the angels, and best of all, our Creator. All this without leaving our chair, and the exhilaration reveals it all to us. On Saturday, Simeon reveals to all who are listening the truth of being alive. And our dear friend Tim, upon having the opportunity to read the transcript, that is my honor to prepare, wrote the following. I'm taking time out because the Advancement Center has had a huge impact of love and caring and peace and prosperity for this world. And it's coming through these messages. So that's why I'm so proud. And that's why it's so important that we share the wonders, the magic, and every miracle with each other and take nothing for granted. And this is what Tim wrote. And thank God it's printed and I don't have to read my handwriting. But that's one of the joys, because I know that Tim's responses come from deep within his knowingness. And this is what he wrote. After hearing Simeon's message on Saturday, still feeling a sense of stasis and serenity from this transmission. As Robert stated in the celebration today, a unique and intimate transmission for each one of us. It's staggering to experience and feel the immensity and grandeur of what was delivered. Massive, yet with calm, comfort, and ease. We were taken to so many places and shown so much more of the core essence of creation, magic, and majesty. Again, Simeon shows us, in connection with our Creator, more of our expanded self and the magnificence of our beauty, magic, mastery, and unrestricted presence, creating newness, enhancing and advancing life, making a difference in this world and the universe, with complete access to everything, everywhere, here, now, bringing life to life itself, awesomeness beyond the max. Tim, where are you taking all of this from? You're amazing. Perfectly stated by Simeon in the following excerpts. The future, with all its components, with all its people, with all its experiences, and with all its beauty, put together by you, the breath of life, the connection with your Creator, and the beauty of every world that you touch. And with the simplest of actions, you distribute all that beautiful energy, the energy of creation, a live version of the future, and you throw it all in the air and bring it back down as something special for everyone to experience. Yes, it's a marvel to behold, every bit of it. With deep gratitude, amazement, and elation. High five and cheers, Robert. Cheers, Barbara. Thank you always, too. Love, Tim. Now back to the journal and my handwriting, which needs improvement. with all of this information that I am so excited to share with you, I'm led to remind you, perhaps those of us who will remember, but there are two special movies that I remember, and one was called Here Comes Mr. Jordan, and it was set in heaven. And I was a very tiny little girl, but I've never forgotten it. And it's about someone made a mistake upstairs, and they had to make a change. So they quickly had to send someone down to take the place of someone who mistakenly was eliminated. What does that remind you of? My husband. So that was a movie that only very few of us were around to see, but it stayed in my memory. And then, of course, we have It's a Wonderful Life, an annual Christmas special, and it never ceases to thrill us all with Clarence the angel who comes down to take care of things and make everything wonderful. It's a perfect Christmas story. Yeah. Well, now that you know the truth, 3 times a week, messages are received from the outer reaches of the universe and carries us all above all earthly concerns and fear-mongering. We never, ever have to fall for that because we have been to the outer reaches. We have seen from that point what is really true. Then add 3 more broadcasts. Three more broadcasts adds up to 6. David tells his story, and Genya reveals her direct conversation to nature, all living things. And I have the honor on Sunday to realize the magic and miracles that are being lived by more and more of our friends on earth who have passed and loving one another as never before. There, I said it. I've been wanting to share that with you and how blessed my life is because it is the magic and miracle of those who recognize with their life of love and caring and appreciating. So I hope your visit here has been enjoyable. I know that It has been a great honor for me to tell you the truth. And a quail just ran by the house. So I so enjoyed being with you. I do hope you come back soon. And till then, I wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and a truly magic future. Thank you for listening. I am Barbara.